Hello, everyone. I'm here today to talk about something I cannot get enough of. I'm sure you've all heard of Canva. Canva is this awesome graphic design tool that helps you make really professional looking documents. I've been using it lately to create invitations, flyers, room design boards, and numerous other things. I also just discovered something more about Canva called Canva for Education. And the best part about it is Canva for Education is free to educators. So I'm going to show you how you can get that account started so you can start being immersed in all things Canva. You're going to be amazed at what it offers if you haven't seen it already. So to sign up or to create an account for Canva for Education, I am going to type in the website of where you'll go to that in the chat. So it is simply canva.com/edu-signup/ sending it in the chat now so that you can check that out as soon as you can. So once you navigate to canva.com for education, what you'll have to do as an educator is first get verified. And all you need to do that is simply fill out the information it asks for and send that off. If you already have a Canva account, then you can just upgrade to the Canva for Education. It will show you how to switch over, and then your account will become free, and you'll get so many options of what you can use in the classroom. So today, there was so many things that I thought I wanted to share with you regarding Canva for Education. And I tried to really narrow that down to what would I want if I were a teacher to know right away that I would be able to use in my classroom. So I decided to give you my top 10 things to use in the classroom for Canva for Education. So I'd love to share my screen and just show you around and tell you about my top 10 for Canva. All right, so here we go. We're going to start out by going to my already existing account. And I did want to walk you through that Canva for Education sign up, but when I started to do that, it just took me right to my account. So I think just having that website is going to help you get started for yours. So I did create a little document that I would like to share with you, and I created it on Canva so you could see just the tip of the iceberg of what there is to share. So this is a document that I created with my top 10. I'd also like to share that with you in the chat. So later on, you can check that out and make sure that you have my top 10 at your, just right at where you can access it. Okay, so let me just show you how that works. When you create a document like this, okay, you can see the one I created. You have these choices here. You go up to share, and then it'll bring down this menu here and ask you, how do you want to share? Do you want to copy the link? Do you want to download it? And give you several of other options, like sending it to Google Classroom if I was doing that. So what I want to do is I want to give you the link to this document. So I'm copying that link here. Okay, it says I copied it. Then I'm going to just put it in the chat for you so you can access that and have it at your fingertips. So here are my top 10 for Canva for Education. We're just going to go through these real quick. I'll name them off, and then I actually want to go into these different items just to show you how easy it is to pull these up and how beautiful they look. Okay, so the first one is going to be classroom decor. There are so many options for classroom decor. I know many times I was running to the teacher store, the weekend before school started to try to get all of my posters, all of my name labels, everything that matched my certain theme for that year. So with Canva for Education, all you have to do is know what you're looking for, type it in the search, and it'll bring up all of those things that before you went to the teacher store or maybe even Teacher Pay Teacher and purchased those. So I want to show you that. Definitely we'll dig into there and look at all of those beauties. Okay, the second thing is newsletters. Teachers a lot of times send out newsletters weekly to just make announcements for parents, maybe to send home vocabulary or spelling words. So these new letters are already done for you with several templates that we'll take a look at. There's presentations in Canva for Education that you can use either to present a lesson that you're presenting in class, or you may want to assign them to students to work on together. We'll talk more about that. There's lesson plan templates. There's class schedules, worksheets. We know how many worksheets that we'll need to use for instruction in our class. They have a number of them. There's organizers, graphic organizers to use to write essays or to organize anything regarding tasks in the classroom. There's planners, planner templates. There's headers. These headers specifically I want to talk about are headers that you might use for your Google Classroom. At the top, you can match your subject if you taught math. You can see this header here has a little bit animation to it or movement. They have those for you too. Kind of makes it a little more exciting to see that movement. And then number 10 is certificates. Okay, so I shared that with you in the chat. Make sure to click on that link so that you can have that if you ever want to refer to that. It also includes the website here where you go to sign up for a free Canva for Education account. All right, now I'd like to go ahead and go to my homepage that I already have opened for Canva. This is what it looks like. So attractive. It makes me want to just spend my whole day here. You know, wherever your mouse is, your cursor, you can see that little glittering action that Canva does. So creative. Easy to use also. You can see here, this shows me what type of account I have. So right now I'm in my education account. Then it will show you the different areas that you can go, and we'll look at these in a moment. I do want to mention that if you are a teacher and educator, you can join a school team and you guys work together on something. You can invite members, which would be your class. You can start a class and invite that class to join and be able to send them assignments, the worksheets that you create here, and they can access them right here on this tray for classwork. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into my top 10, starting with number 1, which is classroom decor. Now, make sure here there's two tabs. There's a template tab and a project tab. The project is going to be anything that you've already started or that you're working on, okay? So when I'm searching, I want to be in the templates because I'm wanting to search pre-created templates for classroom decor. So all I'm doing is typing exactly what I'm looking for in the search, okay? Now you can see what it brings up. All I did was type in classroom decor and look what we have. So many things that maybe you don't even think of that you want to use in your classroom. So take a look. Oh, I love this one. So voice levels. I made my own. I created my own voice level chart, like with marker and chart paper. Look how cute these are. I do want to show you it stays stationary. If there's multiple pages in this template, all you have to do is put your mouse over it, hover it, and it will just show you all of the different varieties of those that are offered in that one template. Okay, so voice levels, welcome to our classroom sign. You can see down here, it says 1 of 3. So I'll know to hover and I can see all 3 that it gives me. Now I love this because there you go. That's what I looked for, these classroom labels, so that I could put the labels of all of my students on their lockers or on their desk, and I would label cubbies or certain things like that. So we'll click into one of these and I'll show you just how you can customize that yourself. So if I wanted to change this to my own students' names, so here it says customize this template, or you can just click right on the template itself. We'll just play around with this for a little bit and just show you all the options. Okay, it looks like it's working. Might take a little bit to pull up. Okay, so there it goes, pulling it up very slowly. Sorry about that. Okay, So here, I want to go to page 2 because this is where it actually has the student's name. So if I want to change the name Macy to something different, I just click where it highlights that box, and then I would just begin typing someone else's name. Maybe it is Mary. Just like that, I click out of it to see my finished work, and now it's changed. Okay, so you would do that just the same and change each student's name to your own students. Now, not only can you change the name, but if I didn't like this graphic, I could click on this graphic here. Okay, just like I did, I highlighted it. Now, what I want to do is maybe look for another graphic or another icon. So you go here, if you can see my cursor went over to the left. And if I was looking for something else, another icon, I would simply go to the Elements tab. And it's going to pull up different options that I possibly could want to change that little rainbow to. So maybe I like this rainbow instead with the star in it. So I've already clicked that. I'm going to click this second rainbow. Okay, it gives it to me here. It brings it here. I can go here, delete that one. And then I can just move this one right in its place. So that simple, that easy, and we can customize it the way we want it to look. I could even change this color. If I wanted the color to change, I click on the image, then I go up here and I find the different colors that are available for me there. I can change the font to another type of font, endless. Okay, well, I could spend 30 minutes on just this one template, but I do want to show you the rest of my top 10. So let's go back to search for my next one. So we're going to go back and we're going to go to number 2 on my list. So number 2 on my list that I shared with you in the document I created was classroom newsletters. Hopefully it's just a little slow because there's so many graphics. Classroom newsletters. Okay. Now I want to click on that and take a look at the options here. Now, I used to use classroom newsletters weekly with the week's spelling words, with the upcoming announcements of what was happening in my classroom. Now look, I'm seeing this one right here. It happens to match the little nameplates that we were just working on. It's kind of a boho theme. So if you like going with that theme, you might want to stick with a newsletter that follows the theme of your classroom. So you could pick this newsletter here. Anything is customizable. You would just click on it. If I didn't like that paperclip, I could remove the paperclip. I can put my own announcements for text. If I didn't like it white, I might want to change all the text to black or dark brown. I could do that too. Just amazing, amazing amount of options. I want to just scroll down a little so that you can see if you teach in a secondary grade or a higher grade. This one looks a little more like maybe 5th, 6th grade here. I can just hover over it and I can see that there's different pages on that one. So this one looks fun and colorful. Whatever you are thinking, I bet Canva has it. This one's fun too, classroom newsletter with different colors. Do you remember you can change those colored background? You can take off the graphics in the back. You can change this image. Once you're in, you're never going to want to leave. I promise. I spend a lot of time here. Okay, number 2 was classroom newsletter. Let's go to number 3. My number 3 was slide presentations. Slide presentations I use often. I can see doing a slide presentation by posting it, projecting it on your smartboard and having that come up to welcome students when they came in on Monday morning or maybe at the beginning of school. So by putting slide presentations in my search bar, it's going to give me so many options. I know I thought this was a really good idea, is maybe doing an about me slide presentation and sharing these with students and having them customize and create their own about me slide presentation that they could actually share with their classmates and getting to know them at the beginning of the year. But the number of these 52,000 templates, you can find one that you like for any reason. You can see they could look very professional if you're working in an office or you're doing something like that. This one is for an online course. Remember, if you just like the graphics, you can take a look at the graphics by hovering and then change the information and the context to be what you want it to be. So slide presentations is my number 3. Okay, moving right along. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough time to show you all 10, but definitely want to get as far as we can get in this 30 minutes. So the next one is lesson plans. Wow, did I ever waste a lot of paper trying to create cute lesson plans to either go with my theme of the classroom or just something that I didn't mind looking at every day of the week. So here's some for you that would be so inspiring when you're doing your lesson plans. I would want to print these and do my lesson plans just because they look so pretty. So that's a cute one there. Here's a daily lesson plan. You could use these by actually typing out your information on Friday, sharing it with parents over the weekend so they know what's coming up on next week's lesson plan. Oh my goodness, look at this one. Very cute. This could even be, again, posted on your smart board so kiddos could see, your students could see, what are we doing this week, right? So here's a number of different, oh, look at this sunflower one. I know kindergarten here they do little animal themes and there's a bee classroom, so that one would definitely work for them. Oh, very cute. So just wanted to give you, just expose you to the numerous options that are in this Canva for education. Okay, that was my number 4. Let's move on. So my number 5 is class schedules. Class schedules. A lot of times students can use these in their personal binders, and many times students go to different classes like speech class, gifted class. They might go to another teacher's classroom at a certain time. Maybe they want to know when music is that week or art. Well, by giving them these personal schedules, they can actually put these in their notebook and won't have to ask you a bunch of times, what time is music? What time is lunch? They could have that in each of their personal binders. If you didn't want to do one per student, you could print one of these in poster size and just post those onto your wall and switch them out each week, one for each day of the week. That would be very easy to do, sure. Also, so look at this, fun, all ready made for you. How much time are you saving by using these templates? Okay, so class schedules was my number 5. Let's move on. Oh, this one's a biggie. This one's a biggie. So number 6 is worksheets. So many times I was looking for worksheets on fractions or maybe seasonal worksheets. It was just Easter. Maybe I wanted to do something like this right here, this Easter symmetry drawing. That is a good little option to use, little task to give students on the first day of April. Maybe you want to put that on their desk. Then here's a build a sentence worksheet. Now, let's say that you teach a higher grade. So all you would do in the search bar is say 5th grade worksheets on grammar and get a little more specific. That way it's not pulling up 13,000 of them, right? So whatever you're thinking, whatever you're wanting, I'm sure you'll find it. Oh, I love this one here. Think positive. That could just be kind of an after work type of activity to just relax students. So those would be fun. There's 15 of those. Nice. Ooh, roll a story. I loved doing that too. Having kids use the dice and then writing a story or a journal on whatever they rolled the dice, whatever numbers they rolled. So love that one. I would use worksheets often. Okay, moving right along. So the next one we have is graphic organizers. Yeah, graphic organizers, very helpful. So I used to use graphic organizers. I'd put them in a plastic sleeve so that we could use them every time we were writing a paragraph or an essay, and we would have multiple uses. If you're using one of these graphic organizers like this one here, Idea Brainstorm, you could actually do that, print it out in this beautiful color copy, and then the students can use dry erase markers on top of their clear sheet protectors and erase those and reuse. I've definitely used one of these cuter ones than what I did before, just the simple black and whites. Getting to the core, main idea, they're zeroing in on the main idea, a butterfly's life cycle. So cute. You could use those year after year in plastic sheet protectors and just hand them out and take them back up. Yes, so many things. If you're not using this, definitely want to dig in. Graphic organizers, my number 7. So remember, we're hitting our top 10. So let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is project planners. Let's say that you give a group of students a project that they need to work collaboratively on, and you want to teach them how to time manage and make sure they're getting their tasks done in a timely manner. These project planners are a great way to teach students how to do that, okay? So they can just pick one of these planners that matches their project and decide what their tasks can be, who is it assigned to, and when is the deadline. That is great. You picture everybody working in a group. They don't have to have a physical copy of this. This can be shared digitally with the students, so they just pull it up on their computer and they can see, oh, that was my job, that was assigned to me. Look at this. Project schedule planner, a rainbow one. So this is another thing that I would incorporate into my classroom in a heartbeat for sure. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is Google Classroom headers. Remember that from the document I created? Google Classroom headers. I don't know how many of you do Google Classroom. It is a learning management system that a lot of teachers are using now. Why not use a Google Classroom header to actually make that more attractive and more engaging for students? I could see switching these weekly so that students are excited to see, oh, what did she change it to this time? Maybe you want to match it to the subject that you teach. If you're an English teacher, you could do that. You could even replace one of the images with your friendly face, as this teacher did here. You can see that there. Whatever you would like. Oh, look at this biology one. Biology filled with biology graphics. So that would be fun. There's computer class. Lots to do. Lots to use. Okay, so those are actually formatted exactly for the space in the Google Classroom header. All right, last but not least, the next thing that we have, my top 10th on my list, are certificates. So I, again, would go to the teacher store and find some cute certificates that when I wanted to award my students for something like a spelling award or a reading award, I would have just a whole group of those certificates. They weren't as customized as this one. They might all be blue and I would hand those out. Students appreciated that, but how much more would they enjoy getting something that's more customized to either their award or to your classroom? So you can see all the options here. Look at this Math Whiz kit with all of these math icons there. Then you could also use these as for your staff if you are giving out awards for staff for some reason. You can see there's more professional looking ones down here, and there's also the cute ones for the classroom. Love it. So certificates are something I would use a lot. So my top 10 from Canva are just those that I shared with you. I'm hoping that you can see the benefit of Canva and how just the sky's the limit. Once you dig into Canva, you're going to want to spend hours in here. I hope you liked this presentation. I hope it's something that is helpful to you. I want to make sure and give you my email. So if you have any questions on this presentation, or if you get a Canva for Education account and you would like to share some of your favorite top 10 things with me, I would love to hear about that. So I just put my email in the chat. My name is Candace. I am a fan of Canva for Education, and I hope you will be too. Thank you for joining me today.